take to stand out among others? What makes one person, one speech, one speaker more memorable than all those preceding and following it? In an era of Stalin, Mussolini, Churchill, Roosevelt, and John F. Kennedy, one name rises above all the rest: Adolf Hitler. We all know the horrible things he did. He almost eradicated an entire people with over 13 million followers backing him up. How did he manage to do so? He didn't attain his power through backbreaking work moving up the political ladder. He wasn't born into royalty and handed his dictatorship, and he didn't overtake the position by military force. Rather, he attained it through the mastery of speech. Adolf Hitler wasn't born a powerful leader of Germany. In fact, he was raised in a small, pleasant town of Linz in Austria and grew up with aspirations of being an artist. He did very well in elementary school and always got high scores and feedback from his teachers, both about his grades and his behavior. It wasn't until decisions about furthering his education that problems arose. Hitler's father wanted him to work for the service, but Hitler detested the thought of spending a life working away behind a desk, and chose to follow his dream of becoming rich by painting. According to Ian Kershaw's book, Hitler, Adolf attempted several times to enroll at the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna, but all times he was turned away. They told him he'd have better luck becoming an architect. He decided to stay there anyways in Vienna, and it was there that Hitler's views on the world and his talent for public speaking were fully discovered and developed. All throughout his adolescence, Hitler was very opinionated. He was either very condemning or highly admirative of almost everything and everyone, including his teachers, family, music, and plays. It is not often that you found Hitler on the middle ground concerning a topic or issue. Contrary to popular belief, it was not Hitler's hate of Jews that awarded him his mass following of political and despotic political career, but his charismatic and persuasive speaking to his audiences. While in Vienna, he was witness to constant fighting, corruption, and unrest. Seeing this division of Germany, the country he held so highly in regard, greatly bothered Hitler. He wanted to end this infighting and division, and is remarkably noticeable in his speeches. While watching the speeches collections on Adolf Hitler, I noticed that in every speech he spoke of uniting the country. He stated many times that every German is as much a part of the country as the country is part of the people. His belief was that in order to become a completely unified country, Germany must rid itself of those who were inferior. And the inferior, according to the Nazis, were of course the Jews. Hitler also emphasized putting the power into the hands of the people. His idea was that the people controlled the government, not that the government controlled the people, or at least that's what he preached. And to convey this, he spoke to everyone not as if he were above them, and not that he was demanding that they follow his orders, but instilled in them that they were all together for one common goal: to become the greatest, purest country. Just as Hitler was excessively opinionated on every topic, he was also overtly passionate about his thoughts and ideas. In all of his speeches in the movie I watched, it was not as if he was speaking, it's more like he was yelling and speaking from the heart. At times, it seemed like he was going to blow a lung or a vocal cord with the intensity and volume at which he was speaking. He was also always very articulate and deliberate. He spoke clearly, slowly, and loudly. He didn't want a single word, a single person to miss out on a word he was saying. What he had to say was important, and his delivery made that very evident. As one Nazi soldier put it in Ian Kershaw's book, Herr Hitler is a born popular speaker, through whose fanaticism and populist style in a meeting absolutely compels his audience to take note and share his views. You can see it when you watch his speeches. Every audience member seems glued to Hitler. They are intrigued, and it's like they're memorizing every word that he's saying to them. Before his talent for speaking was noticed by the Nazi political party, Adolf Hitler was on an aimless path to nowhere. His dream of becoming an artist was crushed. He had no desire for a life spent behind a desk, and he showed no intentions of looking for any other job. Luckily, his aptitude for public speaking did not go unnoticed, and it ended up paving him the road for him into politics, for his position as a chancellor, and finally as Führer. Public speaking for Adolf Hitler was just not a catapultory tool in his career, but it's what made his career.